We recently visited the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Phone number is 531-333-7500, 50 East Freedom Way, Cincinnati. It is a great place to visit. I thought I knew a lot about the Civil War and the Underground Railroad and slavery. I found three remarkable things that I didn't know. One was why President Lincoln only freed the slaves in the South. It was, number one reason was to try to get the slaves to rise up, leave their plantations, and to fight for the North. To some degree, that was successful. Number two, it was the way that they defended Cincinnati. The word was that the Confederate Army was on the way to Cincinnati, coming up through Tennessee, Kentucky area. Some 400 slaves crossed the river, started to build a fort or a defensive mechanism to stop the rebels from coming through. Somebody didn't like the idea, took the 400 slaves back across the river to Cincinnati. The next day, 700 slaves showed up on their own volition, and they crossed the river, went into Covington, and built a defense mechanism. When the Confederates arrived at that spot, they realized they didn't have the troops, the manpower, the artillery to fight the battle, so they turned around and they headed south. So those 700 slaves defended the city of Cincinnati, won, and not a single shot was fired. That was pretty awesome. The other thing I learned, and I didn't know, is the slaves in the South were treated more harshly than the slaves in the North. It's a great place. Plan on spending 3 or 4 hours there. It is a wealth of information. It's well worth the trip to Cincinnati. It is just an awesome place to go down and learn a little about the National Underground Railroad and how they tried to free the slaves one by one coming out of the South, moving up to the North, crossing the Ohio River. It is a terrific place. You won't regret going there. I loved every minute of it. Thanks. Have a great day.